As many of you are probably aware by now, Justin Timberlake was arrested for drink driving on July 17th, but many people are speculating that this could have been a planned move due to his flop tour. We're going to talk about that today. In today's video, I want to let you guys know that we have just opened up 2 brand new YouTube channels. One called Simply Gaming, where we are keeping you up to date with all of the latest gaming news. We're also going to be doing live streams over there, follow along, let's plays, gameplay, all the rest of it, community games. It's going to be a great time. So if you're interested in gaming news and updates and games in general, get over there and subscribe to that channel. There will be a link down in the description and the pinned comment. And the other channel is called Simply Strange, where we take a look at some of the most popular videos on the internet and try to find little flaws in it to see if they're really what the creators want you to think that they are. But be sure to go over and subscribe to those channels if that is something that you guys are interested in. There are already videos over there for you guys to sink your teeth into, but I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let's get on. But before we get into that, let's talk about the arrest itself. So wild claims are that Justin Timberlake was on Molly, poppers, coke and HIV medication when he was arrested for the DWI in the Hamptons, leave social media users baffled. So false claims that Justin Timberlake had, quote, Molly, poppers and coke and have HIV medication in his system when he was arrested in the Hamptons have gone viral on social media. News emerged on Tuesday that the former NSYNC member, 43, had been taken into custody after driving while intoxicated in exclusive Hamptons enclave Sag Harbor. Afterwards, a satirical account on X, formerly Twitter, fooled many people into believing that the singer was on a series of drugs at the time. So, of course, Justin Timberlake was only arrested for being under the influence of alcohol whilst he was driving, and that was why he was taken into custody. But the account called Pooh Crave cleverly uses very similar username as the display picture of the popular online media source known as Pop Crave. So when the satirical profile posted that Justin had traces of Molly or ecstasy in his system, many people mistakenly thought that the news had come from a legitimate source. And the same profile claimed that the poppers, which are chemicals people inhale to get high, Truvada and prescription medication used to treat and prevent HIV and cocaine in his, quote, bloodstream following the DWI. And of course, this mugshot of Justin Timberlake with his very bloodshot, glassy eyes have been making the rounds on social media as well. And this was him obviously leaving custody with his lawyer in foot. The tweet spread quickly across the web, gaining more than 25,000 retweets and 24 million views in a matter of hours. Justin Timberlake allegedly had traces of Molly, poppers, Truvada and coke in his bloodstream following the DWI arrest in New York, the fake post read. X has now slapped a warning to readers on the tweet saying Pooh Crave was a satire account. Readers added context that they thought people might want to know. It also said this is a satire account. According to JT's lawyers, the charge, it was a single count because he refused to do the breath test. So that is just kind of dismissing some of the claims that have been made so far. But it has been said in the past few hours that Justin Timberlake's lawyers are set to vigorously defend the star. Again, this mugshot becoming the poster seemingly to this case. But Justin Timberlake's lawyers says that he looks forward to vigorously defending the singer after he was charged with driving while intoxicated. Obviously, we've spoken about how he was arrested on midnight on Monday for running a stop sign and failing to stop on the side of the road. The incident occurred in Sag Harbor in the Hamptons, a popular holiday destination for celebrities in New York. He was released without bail after being formally charged, and this is scheduled to appear virtually in court on the 26th of July, which, funnily enough, is the first day of his world tour. I look forward to vigorously defending Mr. Timberlake on these allegations, his lawyer Edward Burke Jr. told PA Media News Agency on Wednesday. I will have a lot to say at the appropriate time, but I am currently awaiting full discovery from the District Attorney's Office. Timberlake has been touring the US to promote his 6th album, Everything I Thought It Was, and it was due to launch on the international leg of it next month, kicking off two-night stand in Poland. His scheduled court date on the 26th of July coincides with the start of his world tour at the Turon Arena in Krakow. The officers that stopped him said that Timberlake's eyes were bloodshot and glassy, and a strong odour of alcoholic beverage was emanating from his breath, according to the charging documents. His speech was slowed and performed poorly on the officer's sobriety tests, the documents said. He also refused a breathalyzer test, it added. He had previously spoken openly about seeking help for excessive drinking. Alright? And in the state of New York, penalties for charges related to driving while intoxicated include up to a year in jail, a $1,000 fine, and a suspension of driving license for at least 6 months. The former member of the popular 90s boy band NSYNC, Timberlake is an actor, songwriter, and one of the best-selling music artists in the world. So, that kind of gets you up to scratch. But, of course, there are many celebrities who would love to jump on the bandwagon with this kind of thing. And, you know, comedians are typically the ones to do it. But none other than Ricky Gervais made a social media post this morning about the Justin Timberlake arrest. So, over on X, Timberlake's arrest broke. British comedian Ricky Gervais took an aim at the sexy back singer on X, tagging Timberlake in the post. The 62-year-old wrote, quote, "Did you get the bottle of Dutch Barn vodka I sent you the other day?" Obviously, Gervais is absolutely he's not shy to a bit of controversy, and he doesn't care who he offends. He will absolutely take jabs at anyone and everyone, regardless of who you are. Gervais does not give a toss. But since this whole scandal came to light, obviously, you know, the arrest, Timberlake's album obviously wasn't the most performing or the best performing. There have been articles coming out over the past few months that fans have actually retired him. And what that means is basically the fans are like, you're done kind of thing. Like, they're not going to continue to buy the albums. The songs are getting mediocre. The albums aren't that great. So the fans are like, it's time to stop. But there have been conspiracy theories that because, again, I want to outline these are just conspiracy theories at the time of recording. Nothing is set in stone, but there have been articles come out recently that kind of back this up a little bit, that we're going to cover as well. But the idea is that because of Timberlake's lackluster performance in album sales, and also he really struggled to sell tickets for his upcoming tour. Like, the last time I checked, each capacity, like, stadium was at about 30% capacity, maybe some reaching like 37-38% capacity. That is very, very poor. Especially for someone like Justin Timberlake, you would expect more or less sold out arenas across the globe, but that's not been the case. So one conspiracy theory is, this was sent to be my lovely fiancée, Lainey. So she sent me this. It says, "I hate conspiracy theories, but if you were really rich and wanted to get out of a world tour that had terrible ticket sales and everyone was making fun of, you could get a $10,000 DUI and then say that you needed to go to rehab, and the insurance policy of the tour could be cashed in and then you'd be off the hook. Some might even say it's justified, but again, I hate conspiracies." And this is something that a lot of people have actually been talking about, because obviously it's very difficult to say that Justin Timberlake is doing well at the minute, because he's not. Like, you know, that's just a fact. Although he is a fantastic singer, musician, actor, all the rest of it, the most recent album and tour have been far below par. And people are trying, he has been mocked for it, and people are trying to, you know, speculate that maybe this was a bit of a stunt to try and get out of the tour and kind of brush off the laughs, let's say. But there has been a report from The Sun over the past couple of hours that have said that off the charts, Justin Timberlake, quote, felt under intense pressure as his record flopped and tour struggled to sell before shock arrest. Now, this does back up and go hand in hand with what we've been talking about already. Experts believe that Justin's fans have, quote, retired him, which of course is something that we spoke about recently. So, Justin Timberlake has been urged by pals to take a career break amid fears he struggled to cope with a flop tour and record before his shock arrest. In April, the 43-year-old kicked off his first tour in 5 years, but ticket sales have been underwhelming, with seats still available in sections across nearly every city. Seats are still available across every section across nearly every city in Justin Timberlake's tour. It's a far cry from the award-winning artist he once was, and then many saying he was arrested for drink driving. To make matters worse, the first single, Selfish, from his 6th album was released in January, and peaked at number 19 on the US Billboard Top 100. On Tuesday, the former NSYNC singer was arrested for suspected drink driving in the Hamptons, New York. Police reported that Timberlake ran a stop sign, swerved into another lane, smelled of alcohol and refused a breathalyzer. He is due back in court on July 26th, which, again, funnily enough, is the first kickoff day of his upcoming tour. A source told The Sun, quote, Justin's friends wanted him to take another extended break from music to focus on his health and well-being. He felt intense pressure to compete with touring juggernauts like Beyonce and Taylor Swift. In his past tour, he barely sold in comparison. I mean, Taylor Swift is literally off the charts. If you're comparing yourself to Taylor Swift, just don't. Like, no one can compare to Taylor Swift right now. She is, for all, like, you know, she is, of course, like, America's sweetheart. She is very much the biggest artist in the world right now. Not many people, not even the big, like, top league singers, maybe even like Ed Sheeran. I'm thinking Eminem obviously got an upcoming album. I don't think they're going to be able to compete with the likes of Taylor Swift. Like, she is in a league of her own. But the sexy back singer recently had to cancel his June 8th concert in Columbia, South Carolina without explanation. Ticketmaster announced, quote, unfortunately, the event organizer has had to cancel your event. The new album, Everything I Thought It Was, is his first since 2018's Man in the Woods. It was released in March and the debut at the number 4 on the US Billboard 200, but soon slipped down the charts. Music critics gave the album mixed reviews, one flaming it as a rehash of past glories. Ouch. One music industry insider says it hasn't been the smash hit he'd been hoping for. It's been difficult for the artist, for his stature, to realise he's now past his prime. His glory days are behind him. Oh, this is brutal. A second source added, it can't be easy for him to deal with the audience rejection and coming to terms with the fact that the music tastes have moved on. Quote, retired by fans. So with wife Jessica Biel looked tense as she was pictured on set yesterday. Justin was once part of the squeaky clean Mickey Mouse Club. Insiders believe Britney Spears' revelations have hindered his popularity. Now, insiders are questioning whether the former squeaky clean Disney star will call it off the rest of his tour. Music journalist Torre of The Griot told News Nation, a 6-year break from your mid-30s is your early 40s is a really long time for an artist. Most of Timberlake's fans have aged and out of caring about him. It's like the old saying goes, you don't retire, the audience retires you. Others believe his once loyal fan base has abandoned him following the bombshell allegations in Britney's candid memoir, The Woman in Me. The 42-year-old pop megastar accused him of several things, including cheating on her multiple times, pressuring her into getting an abortion, and leveraging their breakup to boost his solo career. So, there it is. Obviously, it is a very messy situation for Justin Timberlake right now. Of course, you know, I don't like seeing anyone kind of fall off, especially as hard as Justin Timberlake has. I can't say I've ever really been a huge fan of his music, but I'm a fan of people, okay? And I hate seeing people fall off. I hate seeing people's careers nosedive. But unfortunately, I think that this is where we're at with Justin Timberlake, and it might be time for him to kind of call it a day. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's time for Justin Timberlake to call it a day, or do you think he's still got a lot left in him? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have gone on to enjoy. Subscribe if you're new and tick on my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.